Okay, so in wrapping up Drunken Hearted Man, because he played two versions of the song, what you'll know is that between some verses, again, the key characteristic differences are going to be how he plays these licks. He's all over the map. In the third verse, he actually goes, he'll go to the 3rd and 5th fret, to the 1st and 3rd fret. And how you play that is up to you. If you want to do this kind of whips or these downstrokes is entirely up to you. So in the last verse, in the last verse, he says, "I'm the drunken-hearted man, and sin was the cause of it all." Again, everything is straightforward, the same. If you follow along with the LP, you'll know exactly what to play. And we're going to be discussing the absolute final outroduction. It's this D chord on the 7th and 10th fret, and I'm going to play what leads up to that. So in that part it goes, I'm going to play this portion, and I'll go like this. And the day that you get no good woman was the day that you're bound to fall. It's the day that you're bound to fall. And we're going to play this portion here. So after he's playing this A7, what you're going to do is go back to what we originally played in the absolute beginning of the lesson, was that introductory piece. Locate the 7th and 10th fret, and you do this turnaround again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And when you're on the 8th and 11th, 8th and 10th fret, you play with your middle finger this. You play on the 5th string on the 8th fret, and you play this arpeggio. And the first part of that arpeggio is this 5th string, 8th fret, and then you bar from the 4th string down this 7th fret, and you end the song at that. So it's this arpeggio that starts on the 5th string, 8th fret, 1, and then this D chord. And all together it'll be like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you end the song playing from the top string down. Play this 5th string on the 8th fret twice, or just play it. Okay, but ultimately that's in essence Drunken Hearted Man, and this absolute outroduction is exactly what you played in the introduction. So nothing new to discuss about as far as those concepts go. And Drunken Hearted Man is an easier song, and that's why I started off with it first before we get into Malted Milk Blues, which is going to represent the second portion of this lesson. So do what you need to, rewind, focus on some aspects of this song, and that's why I chose to teach it is because it's so heavily involved, and it's helping you strengthen your repertoire with your right hand, and to kind of familiarize yourself with these kind of concepts, this interplay in this piece, which is done in the key of D. You're exploring different ways to play chords, half chords, fragmentations of chords based in this key of D. And this is what's so great about it, is that it's a sample off of Lonnie Johnson, but it doesn't fully embrace everything Lonnie Johnson is playing. So it ultimately, Robert Johnson personalizes it, simplifies it, but in a way romanticizes this song. That's why it just brings out this kind of, this sweet sentiment when I listen to it. So do what you need to go back, and when we discuss malted milk, hopefully all of these concepts will get better, and you'll be able to facilitate this song with greater ease. So. I keep drinking malted milk, trying to drag my blues away. I keep drinking malted milk, trying to drag my blues away. And you just welcome to my loving as the flowers is in May. That was a little piece of Malted Milk Blues, and we'll be continuing here with the lesson with Malted Milk Blues here, as I discussed earlier. First, we wanted to take care of Drunken Hearted Man Blues, and we covered the particular concepts and chordings, licks. We covered everything, which will also make a return in this song as well. So no need to reiterate some of the same things I was discussing in this first part of the lesson. The primary difference in Malted Milk Blues is an appearance of these very distinctive licks, single string licks, and there's also a bass lick kind of in the same fashion of Lonnie Johnson. So that's why we're going to look at this song in particular. Here was only one take of this song, the original recordings. So first and foremost, the tuning is the same. We are tuned to drop D tuning, but raised one step up. So your first string is going to be a D sharp, and just match up from there. So before you watch this particular lesson, be sure to master the first part of this two-part lesson on Drunken Hearted Man. Once you learn the fundamentals of Drunken Hearted Man, then you can continue on into this lesson. Malted Milk Blues becomes a lot easier to comprehend. So first and foremost, Malted Milk Blues utilizes the same introduction which I discussed in Drunken Hearted Man, and that's locating the 10th fret and doing your double stop turnaround, going from the 10th fret, 9th fret, 8th fret to the 7th fret, and it'll go like this. And again, reiterating the same concept that I discussed in Drunken Hearted Man. So again, it's using this positioning with the right hand, the arpeggio, and then going to the A7. And when he's in the A7, before that third downstroke, I'm the drunken hearted man, he starts going into that first verse. So again, it's about jumping into this lick from the 2nd and 4th fret, this half chord. Your index finger is on the bottom string, 2nd fret. Your ring finger is on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, and you slide into this 5th and 7th fret. 1, 2. And with the right hand, you pluck the 2nd string, and with the index finger, you pluck the 5th and 7th fret. So 1, 2. And how it rounds out, it will sound like this. I'm the drunken-hearted man. I'm the drunken-hearted man. So, again, like we discussed, this sliding into the 5th and 7th fret and playing this D7 shape. Which is again fingered like this. Your index finger is on the 3rd fret, 2nd string. Your middle finger is on the 4th string, 4th fret. And your ring finger is on the 3rd string, 5th fret, and your pinky's on the bottom string, 5th fret. And it's laid out for you on the tablature as well. It's basically 3 components: the slide from the 2nd and 4th fret, then the 5th and 7th fret, and playing the chord. So it'll be like this. I'm the drunken-hearted man. 5 strokes. So there's 3 components. I'm the drunken-hearted man. I'm the drunken-hearted man. 1, 2, 3. And it's a very tricky concept to behold. And that's what is going to be probably giving you the most difficulty in studying this song. When he's in that A7 after the introduction, I'm the drunken-hearted man. One, 2, 3, 4. Again, it's imperative you lick into that. And again, it's laid out for you in the tablature. 3 components into that. And when he gets into this D7 shape, he goes back into that G shape again. And we'll go over that, but let's, cap off everything with this opening verse. So after the introduction, I'm the drunken-hearted man. My life seems so misery. And in that concept, he's going again back to the G component, playing 7 notes, just like what I discussed in Drunken-Hearted Man. And how it plays out, and here it goes like this. Trying to let me play that again. I'm drunken-hearted man, or I keep drinking malted milk, trying to drag my blues away, trying to drag my blues away. So again, you're playing 7 notes, and it'll be like this. I'll go a little bit slower. Again, you're locating this G position, this shape, which starts on the 2nd and 3rd fret. Your index finger is on the 2nd string, your middle finger is on the 3rd string. and you just slide into there. So it'll be like this. Trying to drag my blues away. Let me do that again. Trying to drag my blues away. Again, 7 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then the pinch on the 5th string, and the ending with the G shape. And you play the open string on the 4th string. So all together is like this. So let's see. That's the G shape, so it'll be like this. Trying to drag my blues away. And then he caps off with that open string on the 4th string. And when he plays that, he does this turnaround, which again starts on the 5th and 7th fret and goes to the 3rd and 5th fret, just like we discussed in Drunken Hearted Man. Same thing, same concept. Or however you want to play it. So again, it's about applying that G shape. Trying to drag my blues away. Oh, well, and you're playing in that D7 shape. And then he goes into I keep drinking malted milk again with the G shape. I keep drinking malted milk, trying to drag my blues away. So in this concept, he's playing 14 notes, that G sequence box twice. So I keep drinking malted milk, trying to drag my blues away. And I'll try to go a little bit slower, but again, same concepts that we were discussing in Drunken Hearted Man. I keep drinking malted milk, trying to drag my blues away. So I know it's a little bit difficult to get the timing, this transitioning all the time, and then singing on top of it. But it is laid out for you in the tablature, just like how I want you to understand it. And it's about timing yourself with the voice, making it fit. And that's going to be something on your part to adjust. But make sure you master these box positions, then you can follow through with the voice. I keep drinking malted milk, trying to drag my blues away. And always when he says away, he's playing on that open D string. So let's take a little break here before we get into the individual lick. Okay, so now we've come to the point in Malted Milk Blues where this very characteristic lick appears. And that's what makes it distinctively different from Drunken Hearted Man. And that's why this second portion of the lesson is going to be exposing these differences between the two songs. So when he gets into this part, in this extended G box shape, which goes like this, I keep drinking malted milk, trying to drag my blues away. He plays this. over this lick shortly. So after he plays this G shape, he lets the 4th string D ring open. And it'll go like this. He's going to play that lick here. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to position your hand like this. Your ring finger is going to be bending on the 2nd string 5th fret. And you're basically going to be pulling up and down, and you're going to be playing that with your index finger in the right hand. So 2nd string 5th fret, and you're going to be basically be playing that 6 times, and you're going to be bending up and down. So after these open 4th string open, it'll be like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 6 times. So open string, and then you, with your index finger, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then while your hand is positioned like this, your middle finger is going to very briefly play on the 4th fret 3rd string, and then you will finish it off on the 3rd fret 2nd string. And that will be the 7th and 8th note in that sequence. So it will be like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm basically having this chorded. I already have my, on my left hand, I already have that position. I already have my middle finger positioned on the 4th fret to strike that, so I don't have to swing to that, locate it. It's already positioned in place. So all you're doing is, with the index finger, is picking out those individual strings. So it'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, you already have it fingered. 6, 7, 8. And then you would let go. Once you play that 2nd string on the 3rd fret, you let go of the other 2 fingers. Then you would play the bottom string 5th fret, bottom string 5th fret, to cap that off. So it's 9 notes in all, and starting from that 2nd string on the 5th fret, it'll be like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then you go to the D shape. After you play that bottom string on the 5th fret. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Let me play that again. Goes into that D shape, which I reiterated in depth and in detail in Drunken Hearted Man Blues. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So then that would be 7 notes in all after that. So how it all plays out from the beginning, that lick will be like this. From that G shape, I will lead into it. Trying to drag my blues away. Let me try that again. Trying to drag my blues away. 1, 2, 3, spend too much time on that, but it is laid out for you in the tablature. And once you get to that bottom string on the 5th fret, you go back to that D shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, which is again going to the 3rd string, 2nd fret, then to the 4th fret, 3rd string. 1, 2, then playing this kind of half D shape. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And like again, when he ends on that D chord, he goes back to this. You just as welcome to my loving as the flowers is in May. And he basically does the exact same turnaround introduction, which I discussed in detail in Drunken Man Blues. But when he plays this lick, you just as welcome to my loving. 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, it's going on that, going up chromatically up the neck on that 4th string. 1, 2, 3, open string, 5th string, arpeggio. You just as welcome to my loving. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're in that A7, and then you go into this G shape. As the flowers is in May. And then you open with that open 4th string. And you do the that familiar outroduction again, which I'm not going to reiterate again because I discussed it so much in detail in Drunken Man Blues. But the thing to get it here is the lyrics. You just as welcome to my loving. You just as welcome to my loving. Very easy. Laid out for you in the tablature as well. So it's again, it's coordinating the voicings over the distinctive chordings and concepts found on the guitar. You just as welcome to my love as the flowers is in May. And then he goes further on in the song. When he goes into this A7, he starts again from the beginning, and he'll go, malted milk, keep rushing to my head. And we will go over that here shortly, just looking at the tablature, how it's laid out for you. But again, it's following through here. Malted milk, going back to that introduction. 1, 2, 3. Malted milk, keep rushing to my head.